Okay, guys, that is fine. We are trying to run the destructor and it refuses to do what we want. That is fine. That's okay. Let's just leave it for a bit. And let me just get rid of all this information. That's fine. We, we will see what we can do with that. We will see what we can do. Right. Now, one most important thing, let me just also get rid of this. And let's now look at the concept of inheritance. Now, we have a class that is public, it's called employee, that is fine. But one most important thing that we need to always watch or be aware of is that for every tutorial that we have, we need to gather some notes so that we understand exactly what is happening. So let's try to understand the principle of inheritance. Inheritance is a principle, first of all. It's something that you can never change or mess with. It's a principle, it stands forever. Right. Inheritance is the principle that you apply your knowledge of a general concept. So inheritance is a principle that you can apply your knowledge of general category to make more specific objects. Right, that's fine. You know from biology that your blood type and the eye color are the product of the inherited genes. So this is biology. This is the discovery of what they have made. So you can say that many other facts, we can say many other facts about you as an individual, your attributes, they are being inherited. So similarly, you often can attribute your behaviors to inheritance, so meaning you have these tendencies that you inherited from your parents or your mother or your father or the mother of your mother, the great great grandmother. You see, it traces a very long lineage, right? Similarly, you often can attribute your behaviors to inheritance. Okay, that is fine. For example, the way maybe you handle money might be similar to the way your great grandmother handled it, and your gait might be the same as your father's. So, your methods are inherited too. So, we want to take this principle of inheritance and apply this principle to the object. Very important, but in a programming way of looking at things, right? Similarly, the classes that we are going to create in object-oriented programming language, they can inherit data and methods from the existing classes that we have created. For example, from this class. When you create a class by making it inherit from another class, you are provided with data fields and methods automatically. You can reuse fields and methods that are already written and tested. This is the aim and the objective of this lesson. At the end of this lesson, we should be able to do exactly what we are reading here. Continue Makeba, continue Mlochwa, continue Sketchekeche. Right. Now we are going to have a class, there it is, and this class we have called the class employee. Now inside of this class there are some few fields that we will have. The first one will be a private field. Sorry, let me come here. Oh, okay, there it is. There it is. So just allow me to do this so that I don't run into errors for a very long time. I just want to place my things in order. Order is very important. So let me come here, let me put the keyboard just here. Unfortunately you are not here to see. Right, I will have some few fields, the members of this class. Right, the first member will be a private member, and this member will be of type int, and this will be the employee number. This is the first field. The second one will be private. It will be of type double, and it will be the employee salary. So the salary of the employee, it's private. Even the number of the employee, it's private. Wouldn't you want your fields to be private? Wouldn't you? Would you like everybody to know your number at work and how much you earn? Will you be happy with this? It has to remain private. That's for you to know and for somebody to find out. Right, so these are the two fields that we have. And then because they are private and I want to access them, I know that I cannot go directly. I cannot access these private fields directly. I need to have properties with accesses. So they will always be public because they access the private data. The first one will be of type int, and this one will be able to find the employee number for me. So right, I will have a get that will return the private member employee number. Very good. And I will have a set that shall set the employee number to the value that you will input. We have dealt with this. We understand exactly what is happening here. I will have also a public property of type double that would return the employee salary, and that will be able to also set the employee salary, the private member, to a value that you will provide for that. Tap to autocomplete. Very good. So these are the two properties that will be able to get for me the private members. Return employee salary. Let me just do this. Right, be that as it may, and we are fine with that. So we have a public property for retrieving the employee number and another one for retrieving the salary of the employee. And when you hover over this, it will show you this is the private member, and that is also the private member. Okay, that is fine. So what is it also that I want to do? I just want to have a method. It will be public. It will return a string, and I will just say get a greeting, and it accepts no arguments. And I will have this string which I will say it's greeting, and and I will assign it a value or a string of that just says hello. It will just say hello, I am employee, and let's just use the hashtag I am just employee whatever plus, and what I will have there is the employee number. So this will just say hello, I am employee hashtag, and then it will have the employee number there. That's fine, there is no problem with this. And then I will just return the greeting. I will just return the greeting, and then everything is fine. There is no problem with that. Okay, let us continue with this. Now, what is important is the following. Now, understanding the inheritance terminology, a class that is used as a basis for inheritance, just as we have this is as the basic class for inheritance. That is to say, every class is going to inherit from this one, which is the employee. We call this the base class. It's the basis through which the genes will be traced from. So we will trace our genes to the employee in terms of the biology mindset of individuals, right? So we call the employee the base class. Right, when you create a class that inherits from the base class, such as maybe we will have another class that will inherit from this class, we call that the derived or the extended class. So you can use the terms superclass and subclass as the synonyms for the base class and for the derived class. So we can say this employee class is a superclass, and any class that will inherit from this, it will be the subclass. So this is just basic terminology that we have to align ourselves with. Right, I'm going to create another class, not underneath this one but separate from this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come here and just say add new item, and this class that I am trying to create, I will just simply call this class the commission employee. The commission employee. Right, this commission employee will inherit. This is the sign, the symbol, these two columns, they signify inheritance. So this commission class will inherit from the employee class. And I want you to check something. This commission class is internal and the employee class is public, so that I can access this class outside of this namespace. But if I come here and I say internal and I go back to the commission class, there is no problem. Everything is working just fine. Why? Look at the namespace here. Destructor demo, go to employee, destructor demo. So because the namespaces are the same, there will be no problem. We have no problem with that. A very important thing that we need to note, or that is worthy of noting. Right, that is fine. But if I can come here and say maybe this is the name of the namespace, then it will begin immediately to complain. So let me just return back the MO there. So this is another class, which is the subclass of the superclass, which is employee. So I'm saying the commission employee will inherit from the employee. I know all the public fields, all the public methods will be passed on to this commission employee. We have read so many things about this. Right, now when I am inside of this commission employee, I want to have some private members that only belongs to the employee. I know by inheritance principle, it has already inherited all of the fields, the public fields. Do I have any public field here? No. What I have here, yes, I have some fields. So I have a private field, but it will not inherit this because this is not public, it's private. But I know because this property is public, it will be inherited, and because this is public, it will be inherited, and because that method is public, it will also inherit that method. All right, so it will be as if they were defined inside of the commission employee. This is very important. You will see what is going to happen here. It's beyond the stars of life itself. Let's continue inside of this commission employee. Now the commission employee will have its own members. It will have its own fields. They will also be private. The first one will be of type double. And what will that be? It will be the commission rate. So allow me to say this one is the commission rate. Sorry, this would be the commission rate, and I want to initialize because this is private. I want to have access to this, so I'm going to create a public property. There it is. So I'm going to create this public property which will have a get and a set. So I can just say get, and then it will return the commission rate, and I can set the commission rate which is equals to the value autocomplete for me. Very good. Now everything is fine. Let me just close that. Very good. Let me take the brackets. This is end your class. It's very important that we take end our class, right? So I am having only one field here that is private, and this is the commission rate. All right, so that is the only field that I have inside of the commission employee. Now let's continue. Now let's go to the main now. And I know because the namespaces are not the same, I already have imported that, so there is no problem. The first thing that I will do, I will take the employee, create the first object which I will call a clerk, and this will be equals to the new employee. Do I have a constructor that accepts any arguments? No, so a default one will be provided for me. That's one thing that we have known, we have studied, we understand. Now I will go to commission employee, and I will say this is a salesperson, which is equals to new commission employee. Very good. Do I have a constructor for that? No, so a default one will be provided with no argument. There it is. Now I want to go to the first one and say clerk dot, and I want to set the ID number, and the ID number of this individual, let me just say it's 123. Okay, and I also want to go to the clerk dot, and I want to assign a value of the salary, and let's just say you get 30,000 rand a month. This is your salary. And I can go to the salesperson dot, and I can also assign an employee number which is maybe 234, and I can go to salesperson dot salary, and this one gets a little bit lesser amount, maybe of 20,000. That's fine, everything is good. So one thing that I also want to do, I want to go inside of the salesperson, because I know inside of the salesperson, what is it that I have? I have the commission rate. So the salesperson dot, and I know that I have the commission rate, and that would be maybe a percentage of 0.07. That's fine, we understand this basic thing. We have dealt with this when we dealt with the issue of creating methods and so on, and we dealt with that. That is not the problem. Now let me just have a right line. Okay, let me just have a right line, and in this right line, the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to create some line. Okay, new line, and then I will use the append symbol, and I want to go to clerk dot and look now. I know inside of the employee I have this method. Where is it? Get greeting. So this is the first thing that I want to do. I just want to invoke that method. Right, because I have this method inside of the employee. There it is, and it is public, it is accessible. Very good, no problem with this, we are very much fine. And then I want to have another right line, and in this right line, the second right line that I have, I want to say a clerk hashtag, and it will give me the whatever that I want from there, and it will say the salary of this individual, it's a certain amount of money, and then from there, let's just say per year. Oh, this is such a very low amount of salary. And then from there, I can just have my comma at position 0. What is it that I want now? Right, remember what I did in the first right line? I said, okay, in the first right line, I just want to call in the greeting, clerk.greeting, and then I got that. Right, now I go to the second one, the second console.writeLine. I want to say a clerk of this ID number has maybe a salary of a certain amount of value per year. Right, that is fine. So I will just come here and have my clerk dot, at position 0 I want to have the employee number. Good. At position 0, and at position 1 I just want to have the salary of this individual dot to string, and I want you to attach some symbolism into that. So that is fine, nothing new, nothing mysterious with this. We have been doing this for quite some time. Now once that has been done, I want to now show you something. I want to have a right line, and now in this right line I want to have first of all some space. Okay, and then once I have this, what I want to do, I want to say salesperson dot, and I want to show you something. I have access to greeting. Now let's go here inside of commission employee. because the salesperson was created from the class, the object was created from the class commission employee. Now inside of commission employee, do I have a method which is called get greeting there? No, I don't have it. That method is inside the employee class. But because I have used inheritance principle, the commission class will inherit all the public fields and public methods and whatever that is public which is found inside of the employee. It will be as if it is inside here. Hence, when I create an object of commission employee and the object is salesperson, when I say salesperson dot, I have access to that get greeting method which is defined inside of the employee, but because it is public and we have used inheritance, it is as if it is inside the commission employee class. This is one most important thing that is worthy of noting. Once that is done, I want to have another write line. In this write line that I want to have, I want to say salesperson of a certain ID number, salesperson of a certain ID number with a salary of a certain value. The salary will be that salary per year. Now I can assign the values to salesperson dot ID employee number, comma, and I can say salesperson, sorry, let me do this. Salesperson dot salary dot to string with some currency symbol attached to that. Right, so this is fine. Again, do I have inside of the salesperson, do I have a property that initializes the private member? No. The property, because it is public and it is inside the employee class, it will also be inherited. It will be as if it is inside the commission employee class here. So hence, when I come here and I am referring to a different object which is defined in a different class, because the class is commission employee, so when I say salesperson dot, I have access to this property because it is public and it is inherited, because we inherited all the public fields and the methods and everything that is public which is found inside of the employee class. This is very, very important. So that is why inheritance is so powerful and very unique and very useful. So once that has been done, let me just have a write line. And in this write line that I have, I will just have some few dots and say plus what we will see at position 0, commission on all the sales. Okay, and what I will do there, I will say salesperson dot commission rate. Right. Dot to string and just represent that for me as a percentage. So print that out for me as a percentage. So let me explain what we are doing here. It is very important that we go through this once more. Just these lines of code. Okay, I'm having a right line. This right line will create a line. That's fine. And then I am using this object clerk dot greeting, so it will get the greeting for me. What is the greeting? The greeting is hello, I am employee, and then it will take the value that you have initialized for the employee and assign it there. Let's go and check. Did we assign values for the employee? Yes. And salary? Yes, we did. And then we said this is for the first object clerk, so it has employee number and salary. And then we have the second object, which is salesperson. It has inherited employee number and salary, but it has an additional member which is called the commission rate, this property, which is 0.07. That's fine. That's why we have three things here. Right, I have a right line. It will go to this class and then it will get the greeting, and then it will go to this right line. It will say clerk with an employee number and the salary. It will display that. That's fine. Here it is, and the salary will be with a currency symbol. That's good. And then it will create a line, and then it will take the salesperson inside of this object class. It will make a greeting, therefore it will say welcome. I don't know what it says. It will say hello, I am employee, whatever. And what number will it now take? It will take this number, because it's now salesperson. It will take this number. For clerk, it will take that number. So it will say greeting from employee, whoever, salary. It will take that salary per year and it will do the printing. And then I have a right line which will just have these dots plus, and then at position 0 the commission on all sales will be, it will go to salesperson dot commission rate, and the commission rate is 0.07, and it will convert that to a string. So this is exactly what should transpire. So let's run the code. Let's just try to run the code and see if this will work. Control F5 and see. Let's just see what really transpires in here. Okay, there it is. So let me just do this. Oh, sorry. Let me run this once again. There it is. Let me take this to the side. The first thing that it will do, it will create a line. There is the line there, and then it will come to this. It will say hello, I am employee #123, because it's clerk and the value it's 123. Clerk #123, this one, and then it will say salary, the value of the salary per year. There it is. And then it will now come and create a line. There it is. And then it will now go and say it will print a greeting, hello, I am employee 234, because the value here it's 234. Then it will say salesperson 234 and the salary of the individual is 20,000 per year. There it is. And then it will come here plus a 7% because it converts this 0.07 to a percentage by multiplying by 100. It will say plus commission on all sales. So it will just say plus 7% commission on all sales, on all the sales. So that's exactly what will happen in this inheritance principle that we have just looked at. So this is just something that I wanted me and you to share. So I just hope that you have understood, and I believe that you are happy with whatever that we have done. So that is just fine. That is truly and truly just fine. So I don't want to do some validations of on this and doing so many things. So let's just leave it as it is, or we can just take this a step further for the sake of completeness. We can do some validations. So what we can do, but let's not do the validations for now. Let's not do the validations for now. I think we will do the validations in the next tutorial.